You have done everything you can, trying to change people, trying to change your family, trying to change yourself. But there is nothing you can do to change things. Your part is to speak. Your part is to decide to change. And then God does the changing. There are many times that you have found yourself heartbroken. You have found yourself in a place of blaming yourself, blaming others, judging others, acting negative because of the people you're trying to change, but they are not changing. See, there are two kinds of change. There is a change which is progressive and an immediate change. A change which is progressive is a change whereby you tell someone something or you initiate something and you have to wait for it to bear fruits. And if you force people to change, you force things to change, you'll end up damaging things. You don't have to force people to change. You don't have to be impatient. You have to be patient so that you may see the change you want to see in people. Do not damage the process that the Lord is working in people. Do not break that tender tree that is growing inside that person, inside your family, simply because you want things which are instant. There is also instant change. Instant change is whereby you talk to someone, you decide something, and you see the fruits immediately. Well, do not be discouraged with people who are not changing. Do not be discouraged with situations which are not changing. Some things take time. It took time for them to come into that place. So it will take time for them to come out. But if you're not patient, you'll end up ruining what God is doing in their life. So today, put down all the weapons that you have been using against them. Put down all the anger. Put down all the unrest, impatience. You need to look at it in a divine way. When you look at things in a human way of seeing things, you'll be discouraged. Because a lot of things you have already done to please people. A lot of things you have already done to try to educate people. But they seem as if they're not grasping. You will end up feeling discouraged. And you will end up acting in the flesh. So this is the moment that you should come back to your original state of peace and look at things according to the way God is looking at them. Do not look at things according to the way you are supposed to look at them, according to the way society says they should be looked at. You look at things according to the word. You look at things according to the angle of which God is looking at them. So do not be discouraged by the things that are not changing. Remember that your God is a God of His word. Be patient to see these changes come through. Be patient with people who are giving you a headache. Be patient with things that are giving you headaches. This is the moment that you should realize that God did not instruct you in vain. He instructed you, believing that you have a mature spirit, to be patient, believing that you have a mature spirit to be able to study the lines and know that this is like this and that is like that. So the people that you're trying to change do not know. Some of them do not even know that they need to change. But for them to see the change that they need to change into, you need to be the example of the change that they want to see. So do not break them, encourage them, counsel them, give them hope, tell them of how they can overcome. Do not condemn them. Do not say, I've tried this, I've tried that. You are not changing. You are instead prolonging the time of their change. Do not marry to change someone, but be married by a transformed person. If you have the faith to marry someone, in order to change that person, it is going to be a bigger task. But God is a loving God. He will always do according to the desire of your heart. So today is the time for you to choose wisely. Start making things happen simply by you acting in wisdom. Do not go an extra mile where you're supposed to go slow. Do not go fast where you're supposed to go slow. Do not pull where you're supposed to handle things slowly. So, be patient with people, be patient with yourself. Some things cannot change in you unless you give your life to Jesus fully. There are some things that are overpowering you. This is what we call bondages. Unless you fully surrender to God, you cannot change yourself. You have tried changing yourself. You have tried doing everything you can, visiting people, counselings, but you seem not to change. Why? Because the Holy Spirit is the only one who has the power to change. But unless you totally surrender, you can never see the change you want to see in you. Some people who you are trying to change will not change unless you introduce the Holy Spirit to them, unless they hear the gospel from you, unless they see the fruits of change in you, unless they see you in a different angle than that they have been seeing you of negativity. So be positive in everything. Understand that it's the Holy Spirit which effects change. For you to effect change, you need the Holy Spirit. And other people, to receive the change you want them to receive, they need the Holy Spirit. So be blessed, and I'm praying for you that God will increase your wisdom and understanding so that you cannot get tired of people, so that you cannot get tired of your workplace, so that you cannot get tired with people you associate with, but you be operating in a wisdom that is above the understanding of man, of which is the wisdom of God. And everything around you will make sense, and you will go through without complaining, but glorifying God, that even if you see the negativities, the power of God is doing a progressive change in everything and everyone around you. Thank you for watching, and be blessed.